All right. Welcome back, everyone. Ready for another deep dive.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Today, we're diving into the world of international markets.
Okay.
It's a big one, right?
Right.
Taking that leap, expanding your business beyond borders.
It's a big leap.
Huge. But you sent over some really interesting stuff on this.
Yeah.
Including this piece, 5 key strategies for successful international market entry, which I got to say pretty much sums it up, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
So let's break this down. I mean, just thinking about going global, it can seem, I don't know, kind of daunting.
It's definitely it's enticing, right? But it's also a minefield if you're not careful.
Right. Like, where do you even begin? And that's where this whole idea of market research comes in. This source really emphasizes that.
Yeah.
It's not just about knowing the numbers, right? It's about understanding the people.
It's about understanding, well, it's everything. It's not just the market. It's the culture.
The culture, yeah. Like, what makes them tick, what they value.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I remember reading about this company, I think it was a car company, trying to break into a South American market.
Yeah.
They had this new model all set to launch, thought they were going to take the country by storm.
Right. Everyone wants a car, right?
Exactly. Until someone pointed out that the name they'd chosen for the car, well, it translated to ugly donkey in the local dialect.
Oh, no.
Yeah, sales didn't quite meet their projections.
I can imagine. I guess that's a pretty extreme example.
It is.
But it shows, it really does highlight how vital that cultural piece is.
Absolutely. And it goes beyond just language. Like, think about the concept of time.
Right. Yeah.
In some cultures, being precisely on time, that's everything. In others, it's more fluid, You show up when you can.
Yeah. So like a product launch, imagine if you're operating on your time, not theirs.
Complete disaster.
So you got to know your audience. You got to understand the culture. And then there's that other part of it, right?
Yes.
Adapting.
Yes.
The product or service, it might need a little tweak here and there.
Oh, absolutely. You can't just take something that works here and drop it somewhere else. It's not a one-size-fits-all.
Right.
Starbucks is a really good example of a company that gets this.
Oh, how so?
So when they expanded into China, they didn't just replicate their American model. They introduced things like green tea lattes.
Okay.
Which makes sense, right?
It does.
And they even started offering mooncakes during the Mid-Autumn Festival.
Oh.
Even the design of their stores changed, Larger groups reflecting Chinese social customs.
So it's like they're keeping their brand, but they're also respecting and really embracing the local culture.
Exactly. And that kind of leads us to our next point, actually. Finding the right partners, strategic alliances.
It's like you're entering a whole new world. You need someone who knows the lay of the land.
Exactly. I mean, a local partner can be crucial for navigating things like, say, business etiquette.
Oh, yeah.
Which can be totally different. Or even just bureaucratic hurdles, finding the right suppliers. It's invaluable.
Those relationships, they're everything. And then you've got to get the word out right. And that brings us to marketing and communication.
Right.
And again, cultural sensitivity's got to be front and center.
Oh, 100%. What works here might be tone deaf somewhere else. You can't just translate things directly.
No, nuance is everything.
Yeah, humor, for example.
Oh, yeah.
What's funny here might be offensive somewhere else. Even colors can have completely different meanings in different cultures.
It's like a whole other language in itself.
Yeah.
All right. And finally, the legal stuff. Regulations, frameworks. This feels like where things could get really messy really quickly.
Yeah, it's a jungle out there. Every country's got its own set of rules. Employment laws, taxes, import-export procedures. And they're not messing around.
So what you're saying is, if you're not a legal expert, get one.
100%.
Don't try to navigate this alone. So there we have it. Thorough market research, adapt your product, find the right partners, make sure your marketing is culturally on point, and don't even think about skipping the legal advice.
You got it.
It's a lot, but I'm curious, from everything we've talked about, what really stands out to you as like the make or break element?
They're all important, but I'd say it's the cultural piece.
Culture.
Yeah, if you don't get that right, if you don't come in with empathy, with cultural intelligence, even the best plan in the world can fall apart.
It's not just about doing business. It's about building relationships, understanding.
Exactly.
It's a journey, not a race.
Perfectly said. And there's one thing I want listeners to take away from this. It's that the most successful businesses, they don't impose, they bridge.
They bridge. I like that. Bridge those cultural gaps. Well, we've covered a lot of ground today, explored some really insightful strategies. Hopefully everyone listening feels a bit more equipped to navigate the world of international business.
Absolutely.
And remember, the learning doesn't stop here. Keep exploring, keep asking questions, and we'll catch you next time on The Deep Dive.
See you next time.